This is Barry Zalma speaking for Claim School Incorporated's blog, Zalma on Insurance. Today we explain why an unambiguous policy term must be applied when brought to a court, and that coverage excluded cannot be changed to coverage provided by amazing argument rather than by facts and the words of the policy, and why an insured found that its claim for business interruption because of a sewer backup was clearly and unambiguously excluded. An insurance coverage dispute that involved a commercial insurance policy that plaintiff Winfire Management, LLC, held with defendant Massachusetts Bay Insurance Company, Mass Bay. The trial court concluded that the policy covered Winfire's business income losses that resulted from a sewer backup and entered judgment in Winfire's favor. Mass Bay appealed. In Winfire Management versus Massachusetts Bay, the Court of Appeals of Michigan, on November 21, 2023, read the entire policy as written and resolved the dispute. Winfire's claim for lost rental income following a July 2020 sewer backup at one of Winfire's commercial properties was refused by Mass Bay. Winfire sued for breach of contract for refusing to cover the business income losses. Soon after, Mass Bay moved for summary disposition, arguing that the policy did not provide business interruption coverage for losses from a sewer backup. Mass Bay conceded that the policy covered physical damage from sewer backups, and it explained that taking together the policy provision in the business income and extra expense coverage form, called the BI form, and the causes of loss special form, the CL form, the policy excluded coverage for lost business income from a sewer backup. In response, Winfire disputed Mass Bay's interpretation of the policy and argued that because the policy covered property damage from sewer backups under the Gold Property Broadening Endorsement, a sewer backup was a covered loss triggering business income loss coverage under the BI form. The trial court agreed with Winfire. Accordingly, the court held as a matter of law that the policy covered Winfire's business income losses from the July 2020 sewer backup. The sole issue on appeal, therefore, was whether the policy covered Winfire's business income losses resulting from the sewer backup. When an insurance company argues that a policy exclusion negates coverage, the insurance company has the burden to prove that one of the policy's exclusions applies. Consistent with the rules of interpretation, clear and specific exclusions will be enforced as written so that the insurance company is not held liable for a risk it did not assume. Winfire's commercial property insurance policy with Mass Bay provided blanket building coverage, blanket business income coverage, and blanket personal property coverage. There was no dispute that evaluating Winfire's claim for business income losses began with the BI form. The BI form governed business income coverage and stated that a claimed business income loss must be caused by or result from a covered cause of loss. The BI policy provided that, quote, exclusions. 1. We will not pay for loss or damage caused directly or indirectly by any of the following. Such loss or damage is excluded regardless of any other cause or event that contributes concurrently or in any sequence to the loss. 2. Water. 3. Water that backs up or overflows or is otherwise discharged from a sewer drain, sump pump, or related equipment. Therefore, the policy explicitly excluded coverage for business income losses from a sewer backup. The CL form controls what constitutes a covered cause of loss to trigger business income coverage under the policy. By the CL form, a covered cause of loss under the BI form excludes losses caused directly or indirectly by water that backs up, overflows, or is discharged from a sewer. The amendment providing property coverage for sewer backup was added to additional coverages in the building and personal property coverage form. It was not added to the BI form. That change explains why Mass Bay covered the direct physical loss or damage to Winfire's property that resulted from the sewer backup. The GP endorsement did not amend the sewer backup exclusion referenced in the CL form that precludes coverage for business income losses. The policy unambiguously excluded coverage for Winfire's business income losses stemming from the sewer backup. The Court of Appeals noted that a court must enforce insurance policy exclusions that are clear and specific. Therefore, the trial court's judgment for Winfire was reversed and remanded for entry of an order in favor of Mass Bay and granting its motion for summary adjudication. In my opinion, the insured tried to convince the Court of Appeals that when an insurer changes a policy to provide sewer backup coverage for property damage, it must also provide similar coverage for BI losses. Although the imaginative and well-presented argument convinced the trial court, the Court of Appeals read the entire policy and noted that the amendment only applied to property damage and not to BI losses. Failure to read the full policy caused Winfire and the trial court to err and caused the trial court's order to be reversed. This video was adapted from my blog, Zelma on Insurance, which is available free to anyone who clicks on the URL zelma.com/blog. If you liked this video and this blog posting, please tell your friends and colleagues about the blog and the videos and let them subscribe to the blog and the videos. You can subscribe to both the blog and the videos for free. And if you watch this on rumble.com, please click on the thumbs up button. And if you watched on YouTube, please click the like button. And subscribe to the videos. It helps. And if you're interested in more detailed knowledge about insurance, insurance claims, insurance fraud, and insurance law, please consider for a very small fee subscribing to my Substack publications. Thank you for your attention.